And the latest cool toy to add to the collection is this Masters of the Universe Revelation Battle Cat figure from the Mattel Masterverse line. Now, the Mattel Masterverse line is in conjunction with their new Netflix animated series that is yet to air as of the making of this video, but this is a larger scale, more detailed, highly articulated line of figures for the Masters of the Universe line. So here we have Battle Cat, as you can obviously tell, and he is ginormous. The box itself is 16 inches across and 10 inches tall, or 10.5 inches tall. So if you're an in-the-box collector, you're gonna need some massive amount of shelf space cleared off for this guy. Fortunately, I'm an out-of-the-box collector, but looking at the packaging, we got, the Deluxe Articulation call out here on the right-hand side, because again, this is a more articulated than standard Master of the Universe figure. Top left, we have that specific call out saying that this has 30 points of articulation. We got the Masterverse logo up top and the Netflix logo in the right-hand corner. On the right side, we got this beautiful painting of Battle Cat looking ferocious. And then on the left side, we've just got the silhouette of Battle Cat, the fighting tiger. Backside, we've got our Battle Cat and He-Man glorious painting. All Masters of the Universe products need that beautiful painting artwork on the back. We get the cross-sell promotion of the other figures that are in this first initial wave of Masterverse figures. We got Skelegod, He-Man, Mossman, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn. On the right side, it says remove mask for Cringer, because yes, that's right. This Battle Cat is actually more formulated to look more like Cringer than actual Battle Cat, which is different. And then we also have the brief bio of Battle Cat, the fighting tiger. But let's go ahead and get him out of the plastic prison and check out this new figure up close and personal. Cat is out of the box, and here we have our ferocious Battle Cat. $39.99 is the retail price. Pretty steep, but it is a large hunk of plastic, and it does have quite a bit of articulation. So it was worth it for me, but you will have to individually decide what's worth it for you or not, obviously. Now, we do have his helmet armor. This is something a lot of people were kind of on the fence about whether they hated it or liked it. Most of the time, anytime we have a Battle Cat figure, his lower jaw always kind of fills out the helmet area. This one, we definitely have some more Spartan-esque helmet where it's much more protruding away from the jawline, and it's not as filled out in the area of his mouth, his snout, and his jaw and everything. So a lot of people didn't like that look. I'm okay with it. It doesn't really bother me. It looks even more kind of BA and ferocious in my opinion, but to each their own, and I can understand those that have already been accustomed and used to the front always being filled out in the helmet area, that this would be a little bit jarring. We do have some very distinct line work on the helmet. We do have the painted eyes on the helmet, so once you remove the helmet, which it literally just pops on and off, you will see that we do have the Cringer-esque face, and this is what we mentioned previously on the call out of the box. This figure actually is more designed to look like Cringer than actual Battle Cat. As far as his facial characteristics and distinctions, you'll see his ears are kind of pinned back a little bit, looking a little more docile and cowardly. Obviously, Cringer was a smaller cat that, transformed and got larger, turned into Battle Cat, but you can't do two things at once simultaneously with one piece of plastic. So I get it, but we got some nice paint work, line work. We got the lighter green details around the eyes, the lighter green around his mouth and everything. Open it up, the jaw is articulated. No paint out of the place, smushed on the teeth or anything. The teeth are all clear and white, tongue's red and everything. So everything you should hope for looks good there. The helmet, again, like I said, it just easily detaches and attaches. It's got some notches right here that'll kind of lock onto his ears there, so you can pop it on and it won't wiggle off, and you can easily. Very soft plastic. We do have some off-color horn ornate details around the sides here, as well as the giant horns up here. It's not really orange, not really red, just kind of a dirty desert type of paint scheme that we got there. So I'm gonna snap that back on there. And the same goes through with his saddle and his harness and everything. We got the dirty orange desert color on the accent here on the side of the saddle, as well as the horn up here. And then we've got one other little bit right here on the back of the saddle. Now the saddle is just like the helmet, a very soft plastic. You can see you can easily manipulate it, bend it, wiggle it around. So hopefully it doesn't crack or anything. Easy to take off, as all Master of the Universe armor toys have always been. You just simply unclasp it there at the bottom, take it off there, and now you can see he is, Cringer, even though he is a ginormous Cringer figure. Speaking of his size, let's go ahead and measure him out. He is about 14 inches long and we'll just say he is close to 6 inches tall. Without the saddle, obviously the saddle is going to change things, and depending on how you have his legs posed, he'll be a little bit smaller, a little bit taller, but he's got a lot of great articulation. So let's go ahead and start way back here at the tail. 360-degree rotation, also has a hinge, so up and down. Up, that's as far up. Down, that's as far down. The legs, they do have a little bit of lateral mobility, so you can push them out and inward, so you can get his toes to touch if you wanted to. You can spin them 360 degrees, but obviously it makes no sense to have his leg pointed up that high. But 360 degree at the hip, and then down here at the knee, we do have a hinge, so you can bend it forward and back. There's also 360 degree swivel there. And at the lower section of his legs, same thing. We're gonna have 360 degree swivel there, as well as another hinge, so we can get some nice bend there. And we have a hinge at the foot, so we can push it forward and back. And we also have side-to-side rocking motion, so we can manipulate his foot left and right. There are no peg holes or anything, but he does have painted foot paw pads, which is a nice little detail. Normally these things are just sculpted and never painted, but they actually went the extra mile and painted the bottom of his foot pads. Giant claws, nice glossy black paint to him and everything. His lower torso here, so we got a 360 degree swivel, so you can spin his lower legs independently from his waist. It's not gonna crunch up or down or anything like that, but it will go side to side. You'll get that much side to side motion. And then he has his upper torso, same thing. You can spin the midsection 360 degree and have a little bit of side to side, so you can see him crunched over to the left, crunched over to the right. Front arms are gonna do the exact same thing as the back arms. Again, 360 degree rotation, a little bit of lateral side to side, knee bends, swivels, swivel, bend. He doesn't have the extra joint that the back leg does, but everything else is going to be the same. The head, so the head spins independently of the neck, so 360 degrees. We've already mentioned the mouth opens and closes, looks down, looks up, does minimal side to side, left and right, but it does just enough. And the neck, so we can get him looking that far down with the neck and the head, and we can get him that far up with the neck and the head. No extra side to side with this lower section of the neck, but that is it. That is the 30 points of articulation for Battle Cat, aka Cringer, depending on whatever mode you got. Looks fantastic in my opinion. I thought it was worth the $40 price point. Obviously, again, you'll have to make that independent call yourself, but he is a huge honking piece of plastic. And just to show you scale, so here he is with the latest Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man figure. Obviously, Battle Cat dwarfs that figure. It's not meant to be in the same scale, so the 5.5 inch figure, you throw him on top of there, and he just looks like a kid riding an elephant at a circus. I mean, it looks really comical to see a little bitty He-Man riding such a ginormous Battle Cat. And for comparison's sake, here was the latest release we got of Battle Cat. This is the 2020 Origins version, and you can tell significantly larger scale with this Revelation Masterverse version versus the Origins reissue, retooling of the original 82 line, if you will. Side to side, you know, again, we can call out how his helmet and his jaw area was always filled out and kind of flush and even here, whereas we got this gap, open space here on the left and the right of the new Battle Cat. But great looking figure in my opinion, absolute must have. I'm excited to collect this line. You know, I've always been a Masters of the Universe He-Man fan, so now here's my opportunity, and here's your opportunity to collect some larger scale Masters of the Universe figures. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like button, share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful, and as always, thanks for watching guys, really means a lot.